Good morning. Welcome to the Third Rock. What's going on with all you pond jumpers out there in the neighborhood? This this story is about my AA meeting in a new town that I went to for work to get my license back and to get sober. And it's on my way to recovery. And how I was lost, and how God answered me through a stranger, and how he's always watching. Alright, that's what this is about. So, I moved to this town. I don't know my way around. So I got this great phone in my hand, Google Maps, all that crap. And magically, I don't know how to fucking use it, and it doesn't work properly when I go to use it. And so I plan ahead, like 2 or 3 days ahead, because I called the bus people of that town, and they don't know the street, and it's like they don't care to answer. They want to pass the buck, and they're the transportation people. And then later on, I find out they go down that road, and where I need to be, there's actually a bus stop that goes there. So anyhow, they say don't sweat the small shit, but the people in this world don't even care about doing their job properly. But that's not what this video is about. It's just how I had to plan to get there, because I knew somehow, some way, my day wasn't going to go perfect. And the reason why I was stressing it was because the week before I had missed a class, and they charged me $30. And then when I went to go pay, it ended up being like $85. So I was really upset because I didn't have the money. And so anyway, I was really stressed out. I planned ahead so I wouldn't let that happen again. So that way I can't complain in life because it's my fault. Don't keep passing the buck. The puck, that's what people do on earth. It's real quick, it's somebody else's fault, So I try not to be that way. And so I try to take account even for the small things that I think I can control in my life. And that's another part of getting sober. And so I go 3 hours ahead. I miss the bus. So I smash walking to go to another bus stop. I magically get to that bus stop. It takes me kind of where I need to go, to the other side of town, because this place where I need to go is literally on the outskirts of the other side of town. And I live on the outskirts of the opposite side of town. Yeah, it's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're on foot. But it's alright, that's why God gave you two legs, you know what I'm saying? 2 feet. So, so I smash on down, find my way to go. And I have money, I could get a taxi, I got my little bag of Garden of Eden in my pocket, just in case I need to take a safety break. And anyhow, so when I get that urge, I pop into that corner liquor store and I get me a tall boy of a tea, iced tea. And I had that can in my hand, and it helps me to think that I have a tall boy in my hand, even though it's not alcohol. So, Arizona, any of those brands, you know what I'm saying, those iced tea brands that don't have alcohol, fuck it, man, it's worth it. It helped me. Now I can water the yard without fucking a can in my hand. I can barbecue my steak without a can in my hand. So, yeah, it's definitely worth it. And anyhow, so I have this badass attitude, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I'm trying to get sober, and I'm on foot, and I really have nothing to complain about. And so I'm still in this negative mood, but I know everything's gonna go wrong, and sure enough it does. I can't find this freaking place I'm walking around, people are looking at me like I'm an idiot and like I'm a weirdo because I'm not from this town. I'm not from this area. They never seen me before. They're giving me all them crazy looks, and it's putting me in a bad mood, you know? And I have this stupid phone in my hand, this thing they call a smartphone. And it's got me out. I think they were by almond trees and just empty fields. And there was a few houses, but it was leading me to the outskirts of town. And I have like, I don't know, maybe like 25 minutes before the class starts. And I go down this street and it's getting warm and I'm walking and I pass this church, but it said it has the wrong address. And there's nothing but fields, and I keep walking. And it looks like I'm leaving the town now, you know what I'm saying? And as I'm going, there's nobody around me, so I'm calling this number on the AA thing, and I'm asking the phone. I'm asking all these people for help on my phone and all these numbers, and they can't give me the address or nothing. And I got this freaking flyer in my hand, and it's doing me no good. So that even adds on to my frustration. And so you know how when you talk to God and you're angry and you always want to blame God for shit, you know what I mean? Why this? Why that? And you just like, see God? You start shaking your head and you start doubting Him. And you know He's watching. He's always watching you, man. You can't escape Him, even if you try. And why would you want to? But He is watching, I promise you. And so trip out. So I'm freaking frustrated inside. I feel like a jackass, right? Because I can't find this freaking place. I'm in the greatest country in the world, they say. And I got this thing called a smartphone. And I can't find a freaking AA meeting. Bad business. And so I turn back around and I'm walking and I'm pissed off because I see people driving by in their nice cars, and I could see them shaking their head and looking at me all weird, and I know they're judging me. And you know how they say don't throw stones at a glass house, you know what I'm saying? And sure enough, that shit's contagious, because hate is contagious. They ain't even said a word to me, but just their looks. And so I'm talking to God, like saying, man, I think I'm going to start messing up, Lord. You know, like, I got this bad attitude, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ask Him for anything, because He knows everything. There's no point in me to ask Him for anything, because then I'm doubting Him. That's just how I live my life and how my faith is. And so because I put my trust in Him, and I'm walking, I'm getting upset, and I'm letting Him know I'm getting upset. But I don't ask Him for anything. I'm just complaining to Him in my mind. And as I'm smashing down the road, I decide to make a U-turn. So this is ridiculous. I start walking. And I'm more mad and upset with myself because I'm supposed to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be in this great country, and I can't find this place, and I feel like I wasted a day. I wasted a day of my time in another week. I think that's what I was more upset about. And, you know, we think we know everything, and I can't even get to this freaking meeting. And I think there was like 10 minutes left on the clock. And for some reason, the map don't want to work. You know, it's not showing me where I need to go. And I had the thing in my hand, and I'm looking at it with the MapQuest and the paper. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I put the thing in my pocket, and I said I'm gonna put some music on. And I put some music. I think it was some Nico Moon. And fucking change my atmosphere in my mind, you know. And fucking I look up, I start walking, I look up, and I see this guy comes out of nowhere from the left side. He's coming out of like from the country, but coming from this road that leads out of the town. And I'm like, oh fuck, man, here we go. It's because I'm not from this town. And I'm thinking, you know, like what I used to think back in the 90s, like, oh man, someone's going to want to ask where I'm from and this and that. And watch it be a homeless person. All of a sudden, I was throwing stones You know what I mean? At a glass house. I've been homeless before many times. And there I was doing what everybody else does, you know what I'm saying? Right away, you know, you think something of somebody. You ain't even met the motherfucker yet. And I see him walking my direction, but on the opposite side of the road. He turns my way because he stops. It's like a four-way stop actually. And then he stops. He's coming from the outskirts of town. And he's smashing on foot like I am, you know what I'm saying? And I get instantly start getting judgmental. And I start walking that way, and I put the music on, and I'm talking to the Lord. And I go, here we go, here we go. And sure enough, bro, the guy, I guess he sees me or something, and a couple of cars go by, and he walks across the street and starts smashing towards my way. And I'm just like, fuck, there ain't nothing behind me. Where's he going? You know what I mean? Where's he walking to? Fuck. And so anyways, I'm being very guarded and judgmental, right? And when he gets up to me, I have my headphones on. And he goes, excuse me. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What do you want, man? And real asshole I was. I was a real jerk with him. And like on guard. And at the same time, I was in my head, I was being mindful. Like, you need to chill out. Watch something cool is gonna happen. Something told me that. Something said, be cool. But at the same time, I was being more guarded and aggressive because I didn't know how he was gonna come at me. And when he walked up, it turned out to be a black dude. But the trippy thing is, if you know, you know, he was dressed like a Mexican cholo from like the 80s or from the 90s, where they had the Pendleton, where it's one button up with the white shirt underneath. And he was an older gentleman, and it tripped me out. Like, this guy's, immediately I thought, oh, this guy's an OG. And he was raised by a certain group of people. He has a certain standard about himself. Immediately I thought of that to myself. And he spoke, and he goes, excuse me. And I took my headphones on. I was rude to him. And he spoke, and he goes, excuse me. He goes, I'm sorry for bothering you. And I go, what's up? He goes, I'm lost. And I need a little help. And I immediately I started smiling. I got mad actually, and I said, darn it, Lord, man, you are something else, man. And he goes, and there's more. He goes, yeah, man, my friends dropped me off way down there, about 3 miles down the road. They told me to walk down this road and make a left. And that's what he did. He went the wrong way. They gave him the wrong direction. And he was lost, and I was lost. And like two blind mice, you know what I'm saying? And then he goes, I'm looking for an AA meeting. And I was just like blown away. I was like, you're looking for an AA meeting and you're lost? He goes, yeah, I'm not from this town. And you're not from this town? I just started laughing. I said, check it out, sir. He goes, I had a head injury a few years back. And, you know, I had bad memory. And I apologize. I don't mean to be rude. He goes, but I think this place looks familiar to me. We're out in the middle of the freaking, like a four corner. No, not the four corner. We're close to a corner. But it was just fields on one side, a few houses on the other. But it was pretty much the outskirts of this town. And I just said, check it out, man. I got this map right here on this phone, and it's not working. And I'm trying to look for the same place. And I go to the map. I look down at the map, and I go, what is it, the place that you know what it is? And we started trying to figure it out. And it fucking started working. Magically, the map popped up with this little red dot, but it was in a field. And I said, man, there ain't nothing in that field but that trailer. And there's a church right there. I go, that could be it. But I don't see any cars or nothing there. I go, and it's going to start here in a few minutes. I go, what do we got to lose? If you want, we'll go find this place together, and I'll help you. And he goes, you sure? And I go, yeah. And he goes, man, I'd appreciate that. So 2 blind mice, man, there we go. 2 lost souls looking for the AA meeting in a town that we're not from. We make it there at noon, right there at the, right on time, be honest with you. And it was a lady, I can't remember her name. He shared his story, I shared mine. I never seen him again. But I've been sober ever since then. And there's a little more to it, like personal with me and my conversation with the Lord that day. But he's always watching. And maybe he wanted me to be lost. Maybe he wanted me not to be early and all this stuff so I can help that gentleman. Because that gentleman was going to be lost. Because he had problems. Or maybe I was lost because I'm not from there and he needed that gentleman who he needed that broken guy to fix me if he was broken at all. If that makes any sense. But even when you think everything's not going your way and they say don't sweat the small shit, but the camel can break, but the straw can break a camel's back, Try to keep life simple, and he's always watching. And what I learned about getting sober on this journey is that when you get sober and you can look in the mirror and you see that this whole time what you are is something you created, the whole mask and the costume that you're wearing, that you put on, from your uniform, from your work, to your gold necklace that should be in a vault somewhere on your old lady instead of on your neck, or that hat that you wear that you probably would never wear when you were a kid, or vice versa, the cars, the boots you wear. We change with the wind, and we're no longer who you truly are when you first leave the house. And we live in a lot of fog. And sometimes when you get sober and you can see through that fog in that mirror, we don't like what we created. That mask that we made, that we painted, and that we put on every day. And it's hard to accept. We don't like resentment. And everybody should know that life is pain. But through pain, you have growth. Try not to have resentment. Resentment is a sign of weakness. Try to keep it simple. Anyhow, that's my little AA story meeting. How two lost strangers helped each other make it to an AA meeting. And that was my path, my first journey, my starting path to recovery. And I've been clean ever since. And we all have a story, and I appreciate your time. Y'all be safe out there, pond jumpers, and stay free. And till next time. Safety out.